Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman for the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we are back for Game 4 of the 1964 World Series. Stand by, we'll have the lineups and more in just a few minutes. And Kathy Harden has arrived. Good afternoon, Kathy. We're getting ready for Game 4 here. Game 4 of the World Series. Ron McGrath, I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you, sir, very much. I hope you're well, Ron. Excellent. And we're ready. We're going to go through the opening lineups and more about this World Series. It's Game 4, 1964 series. Cardinals now have a 2-1 lead. We'll be back. I'll be back in a couple minutes for the starting lineups today. Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman from the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, coming at you from the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium. It's October 11, 1964, and this is the fourth game of the World Series, and it's been a series that history will remember thus far. The Cardinals lead in games 2-1. Let's just go through quickly. In Game 1, the Yankees took it 10-7, but it was a lot closer than that. The Cards led 7-6 going into the ninth, and the Yankees got 3 runs to win it. Downing got the win. He pitched 2 innings of relief. Taylor the loss. In Game 2, the Cardinals tied it up, and this was in St. Louis, these first 2 games. Schultz in relief of Gibson. Gibson's pitched very well. 10 innings, allowed 2 runs. Schultz came in for the win. Downing got the loss. He won the first game, lost the second. He pitched 1 inning, allowed the go-ahead run, which was a walk-off single by Mike Shannon in the bottom of the 11th. It was 3-2, and Aqualung has arrived. Then it was a day off on October 9th, and then on October 10th, yesterday, 3 games in New York. The first game, the Cards won it 6-5. Simmons got the win. He went 7 1/3, allowed 5 runs. Roger Craig came in and got the save. It was 6-5 with 1 out and first and third. And Roger Craig came in. Blanchard pinch hit. He struck out Blanchard, and then Linz, and went on to save the ball game. So that was quite a ball game. Simmons got the win. Bouton the loss. Bouton pitched 7 innings. He allowed the 3-run home run to Bill White, which made the difference. Right now, Ken Boyer leads in RBIs with 5. Fred Linz has 9 hits, the most in the series, and then comes Howard with 7. And Mickey Mantle, 2 home runs, the only one to hit 2. Pitching today, Ray Sadecki, the southpaw. We have 2 southpaws on the mound. Word is that Whitey Ford is out for the series. He's unable to pitch due to a chronic injury. Remember, he pitched only 1 1/3 in the first game, allowed 5 runs. So Sadecki, who started game 1, he pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 5 earned runs and 1 unearned run. He's starting for the Cards, the 20-game winner, and Al Downing, who has a record of 1-1, obtained in relief. It's been an amazing series. Let's look at our starting lineups. For the St. Louis Cardinals, leading off is Curt Flood in center field. Batting second, Lou Brock in left. Batting third, Dick Grote at shortstop. The cleanup hitter is Ken Boyer. He is at third. Bill White batting fifth and playing first base. Mike Shannon batting sixth in right. Tim McCarver batting seventh and catching. Dal Maxville playing second base, batting eighth. And the pitcher is Ray Sadecki, a left-hander. No record in the series. He won 20, lost 11, with a 3.68 ERA in the regular season. For the New York Yankees, it's Phil Linz leading off at shortstop. Bobby Richardson batting second at second base. Roger Maris batting third. He is playing center. Batting fourth is Mickey Mantle. He's in right field. Elston Howard is catching. He's batting fifth. Tom Tresh in left field, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Joe Pepitone at first base. Cletus Boyer batting eighth at third. And the pitcher, the left-hander, Al Downing. The Yankees pinning their hopes on Al Downing. This is a pivotal game. We know there will be a Game 5 tomorrow in New York. And the Cardinals are hoping they don't have to go back to St. Louis. And they hope they take both these games. The Yankees in much need to tie up. This is pivotal. They can either tie up this series or they can go down, losing 3-1, in danger of losing the series tomorrow. So this is a pivotal game. Again, the Cards leading in games 2-1. And the Yankees take the field. It's Downing on the mound. Howard behind the plate in the infield. Pepitone at first. Richardson at second. Linz at short. Cletus Boyer at third in the outfield, left to right. Tommy Tresh, Roger Maris, and Mickey Mantle. And leading it off is Curt Flood for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's an overcast day again. It's cool. It's about 59 degrees. Curt Flood, 4 for 14 in the series. It's a right-handed hitter facing Downing, the southpaw. And Downing is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Flood. That's 5-2 right-handed, and that is a base hit by Flood to lead it off. So Flood getting his 5th hit of the series. He's now 5 for 15 and batting an even .333, if you will. It's Flood on first. Here's Lou Brock. Brock 5 for 13 on the series. Flood with a short lead off first base. Here's Downing now from the stretch, and the pitch to Brock. That's 3-5 left-handed, and that is a liner to second, caught by Richardson. So Richardson saved a base hit with a very nice catch there, and that'll be one away. Now Dick Grote. Okay, now Downing from the stretch with Flood on first, 1 down. Here's the pitch to Grote. That's going to be 1-6 left-handed. He grounds it to short. Linz has it, throws it to Richardson, over to Pepitone, and it's a double play. And the side is retired. So it's no runs, 1 hit, and none left after the double play. And after a half an inning, it's St. Louis nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Well, here's Ray Sadecki. I have to admit, since Aqualung revealed his biases or preferences, I'm for the Yankees to tie up this series, and I will certainly be trying for St. Louis as much as I can. Despite that, okay, Sadecki, Cardinals defensively. It's Sadecki on the mound. Catching him is, of course, Tim McCarver. In the infield, Bill White at first, Dal Maxville at second, Ken Boyer at third, and Dick Grote at short. Outfield left to right, Brock, Flood, and Shannon. Sadecki finishing his warm-ups. Phil Linz will lead it off. He's 1 for 15. His 1 hit was a solo home run in the first game. Lynn has also struck out 6 times in this series. Okay, Lynn steps into the box, and here's Ray Sadecki to start it off. Sadecki is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Linz. That's going to be 112 left-handed. He got a hit by a pitch. Linz gets hit by a Ray Sadecki fastball. And we don't play injuries, folks. We follow the lineups as indicated. That's why Javier isn't playing, and that's why Kubek isn't playing. So it's Lynn's on first to open it up after getting hit, and here's Bobby Richardson now. Richardson has 9 hits in 14 at-bats. All singles, by the way. And that's a .642 average on the series. Okay, we're going to have Richardson lay it down, Kathy Harden. Let's check out the infield. He's an A bunter. Infield is back. He'll remain an A. Here's Sadecki now, and the pitch to Richardson. It's laid down, and it's a beauty by Richardson. It's to third base, and Boyer, his only play is to first. So Linz will go to second with 1 out. And here's Roger Maris. Lefty here. Roger can still hit left-handers pretty well. He's better against right-handers, but he's no slouch against the southpaws. That's low to a ball, for a ball to Maris. Fouled back and out of play. Phil Lynn's on second base with 1 out. Okay, here's Sadecki now. And the pitch to Maris. That's 3-7, left-handed. Base hit up the middle for Maris. This might score Lynn's. Lynn's rounding third. That's to center. Lynn's a 1-15. -1, 1-14 with Flood. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Flood. And he's out. Oh! Kurt Flood throws Phil Lynn's out at the plate. Oh my, oh my. Maris went to second on the throw. A beautiful throw by Kurt Flood. To save a run. Maris on second now, and here's Mantle. Boy, that is we've had some really beautiful throws. We had Brock thrown out by Mantle yesterday at the plate. Okay, here's Sadecki now with 2 outs, and Maris on second. Here's the pitch to Mantle. Switch hitting, batting right. And that's 4-7. And it's a base hit to center. This might score Maris. Here we go. It's deja vu all over again, but this is with 2 outs. That's Flood -1. Maris 1-14, 2 outs, 1-16. -1, 1-15. Here's the throw from Flood. And he's safe. So Maris slides in, and Mantle goes to second, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. That was the second try for Kurt Flood to get an assist. It didn't work that time. And it's 1-0 Yankees. Here's Elston Howard now with Mantle on second, 2 down. Boy, that's some exciting baseball here. Already in game 4. Howard, 7 for 15 on the season, in the series. 3 runs batted in and a home run. 7 for 15, just under 500. And Howard has an opportunity here with 2 outs. Okay, Sadecki is ready. And here's the pitch to Howard. That's going to be 5-5 right-handed. Grounds it to short X. That'll be Grote, 342. That's 14-3, and he makes the play, throws him out, and the side is retired. And I bet you the Cardinal fans are glad about that. There was 1 run for the Yankees on 2 singles, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice, an assist from Flood to throw out Linz, coming home on the Maris single, and then Maris scored. 1 run and 1 left on. And after 1, it's 1-0 Yankees. A lot went on in that inning. We head to the top of the second now. It's going to be Boyer, White, and Shannon. Ken Boyer, Bill White, and Mike Shannon here in the Cardinals' second. They trail by 1 here, 1-0. Top of the second, here's Ken Boyer. Boyer leads the series with 5 runs batted in. Again, Mantle has 4. I say now Mantle has 5. He tied him. How quickly things change around here. Here's Downing now in his second inning. And the pitch to Boyer. That's 1-2 left-handed. Grounds it to short. Linz throws to Pepitone. There's 1 away. Bill White steps in now with 1 out. That's inside for a ball to White. Okay, Downing into his windup. Here's the pitch to White. 1-8, and he grounds it to second for Richardson, who throws to Pepitone, 2 away. Yankee fans here hoping for a win in this, the 4th game, to tie up the series. It's a very pivotal game. It reminds me a little bit, just a little bit of game 4 of the 1969 World Series, when the Mets beat the Orioles. They were winning 2-1 in games, and the Orioles could have tied it up, could have changed everything, and no, they won, the Mets 3-1. That was the game, if I'm not mistaken, when Swoboda made what I consider to be The greatest catch in World Series history in right field. Okay, here's Mike Shannon now. Shannon 4 for 12. He has 3 runs batted in. And that's low for a ball by Downing. Okay, Downing gets the sign from Howard. And the pitch. That's 1-8, left-handed. Grounds it to third. And Cletus Boyer has it and throws it to Pepitone. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Al Downing. So after 1.5, it's still 1-0 Yankees. Downing looked very good there in the second. This is Downing's first start in the series. It's going to be Tresh, Pepitone, and Cletus Boyer here in the bottom of the second. And Tom Tresh steps in. He's a switch hitter, batting right against the southpaw Sadecki. Okay, Sadecki is ready. Here's the pitch to Tresh. That's 4-9. Right-handed, lines it to third. Caught by Ken Boyer, 1 out. Now Joe Pepitone. Joe is 4 for 14, so a lot of consistency on the hitters. Hitting consistently well. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Okay, Sadecki is ready. Here's the pitch to Pepitone. That's going to be 4-2 left-handed. Hit deep by Pepitone. Oh! It's a fly ball to right, and going back, Shannon with the catch. Oh, what a beautiful catch by Mike Shannon to almost steal a home run. That right field fence, the shallow right field, and Shannon went back and he lifted his glove at the last moment. He made the catch. What a catch. A 4-2 left-handed and home run 1-12. Pepitone has the power, of course. Let's just say Mike Shannon made an incredible catch. That's 2 away. And here's Cletus Boyer now with 2 outs, nobody on. Okay, Sadecki is ready. The windup and the pitch to Boyer. That's 6'10", right-handed. Pops him up to short. And Dick Grote makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sadecki, so he has calmed down since he allowed a run in the first. Both pitchers pitched 1-2-3 in the second. After 2, it's still 1-0 Yankees. The Cards took the first one in this series, 10-7. Then the Yanks took the next 2 ball games, both 1-run games. 3-2 in the second and 6-5 yesterday in the third. And we're going to take a very brief break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Absolutely, Kathy Arden. Absolutely. Well, the Yankees have a 1-0 lead here in the early going, just like they had a 2-0 lead in yesterday's game. Yankees know they need a good outing from Downing. It was 2-0 Yankees yesterday, and then Boughton allowed a 3-run home run to Bill White, and they kept the lead for the rest of the game. It went back and Yankees caught up, but it ended up a W for the Cards. They're going to need a good outing here from Al Downing. They know that. And so Downing comes out to pitch to the Cardinals here in the top of the third. He allowed a base hit in the first. 1, 2, 3 retired the order in the second. It will be the bottom third of the order. McCarver, Maxville, and Sadecki for the Cardinals in the top of the third. McCarver steps into the batter's box. McCarver is 4 for 13. So everyone, just about everybody, with a few exceptions, has been hitting well. Now Maris had an 0 for 9 streak, and he had that single in the first, and he scored. Okay, here's Downing. He's ready. He gets the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch to McCarver. It's lefty-lefty. That's going to be 5-3. Left-handed. Fly ball left field for Tresh. He's a 2-1. That'll be 16-1, and he makes the catch. It's 16-2. He makes the catch. There's one away. And here comes Dal Maxville. I cannot remember a World Series that was this competitive, this exciting in my memory. Now Maxville is 3 for 12. He has struck out 5 times by Yankees pitching. Okay, Downing is ready. Here's the pitch to Maxville. That's 3-5 left-handed. It's a base hit to right for Maxville. So Maxville's on first with 1 out, thrown in by Mantle. And Sadecki comes up. Sadecki and A. Bunter, there's 1 out. I think we'll have him lay it down. That infield is back. He remains in A. So here's Downing and the pitch to Sadecki. Laid down. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. I think 9A is good. It is good. It's hit to Boyer at third, his only play to first base. And Maxville in scoring position with 2 outs. And Curt Flood coming up to bat. Okay, Flood, he singled in the first and then was out in a double play, hit by Grote. Okay, Downing working from the stretch. And the pitch to Flood. That's going to be 3-6 left-handed. Fly ball center. Maris under it. And the side is retired. No runs for the Cardinals. In the top of the third, there was one hit left on base. We've gone 2.5. It's 1-0 Yankees. And we move to the bottom of the third. Al Downing will lead it off. He's a 2 WR. And that's inside for a ball to Downing. Oh, that's good coffee. Yeah. Kathy Harden for the Yankees. Okay, here's Sadecki now. And the pitch to Downing. That's 6-7, right-handed. Struck him out. So that's one away. And here's top of the order, Phil Linz. He started off the first getting hit by a pitch by Sadecki. He tried to come home from second on the base hit by Maris. He was moved there to second on Richardson's sacrifice bunt, and he was thrown out by Curt Flood. Okay, Sadecki is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Linz. That's going to be 3-7 left-handed. And that is a base hit by Linz. Linz, who has not been hitting, he's now 2 for 16 in the series. He did hit the home run, as some of you may recall, in Game 1. That was his only hit. This is his second hit. So Linz is on, and here's Bobby Richardson, who's been unbelievable this series. One out, Linz on first. Here's Sadecki working from the stretch. The pitch to Richardson. That's 5-7 right-handed. Grounds it to second X. That'll be Maxville. He is a 334. That's going to be a 9. That's going to be a 34E. E34. E34-4. He boots it. Oh, my. That was booted by Maxville. A one-base error. And that will be first and second. First error of the ball game. It's Maxville's first error in the series. So it's first and second, one out for Roger Maris. Okay, Maris singled and scored the run for the Yankees in the first. Sadecki trying to get out of this. Lefty here. Here's the pitch to Maris. That's going to be 1-7 left-handed. Grounds it to second. Double play. Oh, that was pretty. It was Maxville to Grote and back to first, and the side is retired. So it's no runs for the Yankees. No one was being held. One hit, an error, and one left on. We've gone 3. It's 1-0 Yankees. We move to the top of the 4th. Out comes Downing. He's pitched well thus far. He'll face Brock Grote and Ken Boyer, the heart of the order, for the National League champions. Brock steps into the batter's box to face Downing now. Okay, Downing is ready. Here's the pitch to Brock. That's 5-6, left-handed, struck him out. And that's the first for Downing. By the way, Downing had 217 strikeouts this season. A very good ratio in 244 innings pitched. That's 1 out. Now Dick Grote comes to the plate. He grounded into a double in the first. Big Al. Yankees resting their hopes on Big Al Downing. Okay, here comes Downing now. The windup and the pitch to Grote. That's 5-8, right-handed, struck him out. That's 2 in this inning for Downing. And here comes Ken Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1, grounded to short. That's fouled back and out of play. So it's a full count on Boyer with 2 outs, nobody on. Okay, here's Downing now. The windup and the payoff pitch to Boyer. That's 5-4, right-handed, fly ball center. That'll be from Maris. He's a 2-1. 16-2. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Downing. And in the middle of the 4th, it's a 1-0 ball game. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but this series is unbelievable. Here's Sadecki now coming out. He's allowed 1 run in 3 innings. He'll face Mantle, Howard, and Tresh here in the bottom of the 4th. He's still alive, Al Downing. God bless him. Okay, here comes Mickey Mantle. Mantle singled in the first, brought home Maris for the only run in this ball game. Mantle switch hitter batting right against Sadecki. Okay, Sadecki. The windup and the pitch to Mantle. That's 2-3, left-handed. And it's a base hit to right for Mantle. His second hit of the ball game. Mantle now 6 for 13. So Mantle is on. Here's Elston Howard. Number 7, Mickey Mantle on first base. Here's Sadecki. And the pitch to Howard. That's 2-4. Left-handed. Lines it to short, caught by Grout. 1 away. Nice catch by Dick Groat. 1 down. And the batter is Tommy Tresh. Switch hitter batting right. Which an hour up to 3 if I have to. I don't care, Kevin. I'm not making more coffee. I have a full cup right here. And that witching hour, it's going to be the pre-witching hour. 3 p.m. the pre-witching hour. Indeed, Kathy. Okay, Tresh steps in. He popped to third. Ken Boyer in the second, I'm sorry. Mantle on first, 1 down. Here's Sadecki now from the stretch. And the pitch to Tresh. That's 3-10 left-handed, and he lines it to third again. Now, the other was a pop-up. Boyer makes the catch. It's 2 away for Joe Pepitone. Pepitone hit it deep to right. He's a left-hander. You know that short right field fence in Yankee Stadium. And you got the I don't think it's the bleachers. I think it's the grandstand. And what a beautiful catch by Shannon, a running catch. Joey Pep steps into the batter's box. It's 2 outs. And Mantle on first. Okay, here's Sadecki now. The pitch to Pepitone. That's 5-7 left-handed. Grounds it to second X. That's from Maxville. He already made an error. 334. That will be a 34 here. Let's see, he may boot this. Maxville, 7. Oh, he boots it for another error. 2 errors by Dal Maxville. Now, the first one was not of consequence. 2 errors in this ball game. That's a very, very possible thing to happen. I remember there was, even though he's done a fairly good job this year, I remember, some of you may remember Mike Andrews made the errors at second for the A's, and Charlie Finley ordered the manager Dick Williams to replace him, and he did, I believe, with Dick Green. Both were very good players. So it's first and second, 2 out, and Cletus Boyer has an opportunity here. Okay, Sadecki is ready. And here's the pitch to Boyer. That's going to be 5-5. Right-handed, grounds it to short X. This time it's going to be Grote, who is a 342. That's a 3-3, and it goes through for a base hit. And that'll load him up. It couldn't quite, Mantle could not come home on that, as fast as he is, but it's not as fast as he used to be. That's going to load the bases with Yankees and 2 outs, but Al Downing is the batter. Downing was struck out by Sadecki in the 3rd. He comes up again here in the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Boy, can he help his cause. Okay, Sadecki now, trying to get out of this. There's nowhere to put Downing. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. That's going to be 4-8 right-handed. And that is a base hit by Downing! Oh my! Mantle comes home. It's 2-0 Yankees. It's unearned. Oh my! Al Downing, the fans are going crazy. They're just digging Al Downing today. Al the gentleman, Gentleman Al, getting a changeup from Sadecki, and he singled it. 4-8 right-handed, and there it was. 1-18 past the reach of Bill White. So it's 2-0 Yankees now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And we move to the top here. Phil Linz, hit by a pitch, thrown out, coming home, and a single today. Boy, that's got to be discouraging to Ray Sadecki. He had 2 outs with Mantle on first, then the error by Maxfield, the single by Boyer, and then Downing singled Mantle home. It's 2-0 Yanks. Let's see if he can get Linz here. Here's the pitch to Linz. That's 5-9 right-handed, fly ball right. And under it is Shannon, and the side is retired. But another run for the Yankees. It was unearned. It's 3 hits, an error, and 3 left on. And after 4, it's 2-0 Yankees. Well, here comes Al Downing now to start his 5th inning. This is up to Al Downing to hold the lead. Unless the Yankees can continue to eat away at Sadecki. They got a good piece of him in the 4th. Downing will face White, Shannon, and McCarver here in the top of the 5th. At the house that Ruth built. And here's Bill White. Lefty here. White grounded to second in the 2nd. We're in the top of the 5th. Yankees 2-0. Okay, Downing is ready. Here's the pitch to White. That's going to be 4-5 left-handed. Fly ball center. Straight away and playable by Maris. He makes the catch. One down. Now Mike Shannon is the batter. Shannon 0 for 1 today. Okay, Downing. The windup and the pitch to Shannon. That's going to be 5-8 right-handed. Struck him out. That's the third strikeout for Al Downing. 2 away. And here comes Tim McCarver now. It's 2 outs and nobody on. McCarver flew to left in the third. Okay, Downing now. He gets the sign from Elston Howard. Into his windup and the pitch to McCarver. That's 2-12, left-handed, lines it to first, right at Pepitone. And the side is retired. And he's retired, Downing, 8 in a row now. We're in the middle of the 5th. It's 2-0 Yankees. And it is the pre-witching hour. Oh, yes it is, everybody. It is the pre-witching hour. Oh, yes it is. And we want to say to everybody here, we want to thank you for being with us on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. This has been something else of a series. And I'm going to just sit back here and take my medicine like a trooper. You know, we all got to buck up and take our medicine sometimes. I'm going to start it off with a Runts, Kathy. Just a little chip right here, a chip off the old block. Indeed. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Yankees. And you know, the Yankee fans are holding their breath. Don't worry, I'm being fair to both sides. You tell me what I could do for the Cardinals, I'll do it. Actually, on second thought, don't tell me. I don't like that. Oh my, is that tasty. And that's all I need at 3:01 p.m. Eastern. Just a little piece. Here's Ray Sadecki now. Ray has been shaky today. Also, 2 errors by Maxwell has not helped. And that error by Maxwell in the second was instrumental in the Yankees scoring their second run. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be Richardson, Maris, and Mantle. And here comes Bobby Richardson. Bobby sacrificed bunt and reached on the error. Richardson leads everybody in hits in this World Series with 9. Okay, oh, I feel good, Kathy. Here's Sadecki. The wind-up and the pitch to Richardson. That's going to be a 1-7. Left-handed, and he grounds it to short. 1 away. That's what the Cardinals need for Sadecki to settle the frick down. And they have, by the way, they have Craig available. Craig is available, even though he pitched, and Ron Taylor is available. And also Gordon Richardson, a left-hander if needed, who's very good. Mickelson is available for the Yankees. Reniff is not available. And others are available if needed, but we'll cross that bridge if and when we come to it. Okay, here's Maris now, facing Sadecki. Lefty-lefty. Maris 1 for 2, scored the first run. Grounded into a double in the third. Here's Sadecki and the pitch to Roger. That's going to be 5-9 left-handed. Struck him out. That's the second for Sadecki. 2 down. And now Mickey Mantle. He's look at his power against left-handers. 2 column, you are almost dead. I used to say 2 column, you're dead. Mantle 2 for 2. 2 singles. Knocked in the first run, scored the second run. Okay, here's Sadecki now. And the pitch to Mantle. That's 1-7 left-handed. It's a base hit. Again for Mantle. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Downing has already won a game. He won game 1. What a turnaround it would be if he turned around here and it was in relief, and he lost game 2 in relief. What a unusual situation if he were to win as a starter to tie up this series, but we'll see. It's early. Mantle on first, 2 outs. Here's Howard now. Elston 0 for 2 today. Sadecki from the stretch. And the pitch to Howard. Oh, 3-5 left-handed. Base hit to center. Mantle, it's got to be big to move him. That's to right. I'm so sorry. Shannon a -2. He'll hold. That would make Mantle 1-16, 1-14. No need. And here's Tommy Tresh. 0 for 2 today. Pop to third, line to third. And we would call this a clutch situation for young Tommy Tresh. Sadecki takes off his cap, wipes his brow. He steps in on the rubber from the stretch. He's set. And the pitch to Tresh. That's 4-8. Right-handed. Oh, and it's a base hit to right. Mantle goes to third. He has to hold. Thrown in quickly by Shannon. Boy, has Mike Shannon played good baseball in this series in so many ways. That reminds me of when Mantle had to hold on third after Boyer singled. And it's going to be Pepitone with bases loaded again and 2 outs. Sadecki really having trouble today. Disappointing in the first game as well as this game. Okay, it's 2 outs. The bases are full. Tresh on first, Howard on second, Mantle on third. The pitch to Pepitone. That's going to be 4-7 left-handed, and that's a base hit. Mantle scores. Howard scores. Tresh to third. The Yankees lead it 4-0. And out comes Johnny Keane to talk to Ray Sadecki. Sadecki due up second in the top of the sixth. 4 singles in order for the Yankees here in the fifth. A 2-out, 2-run single by Pepitone off a left-hander. Yankees beating you up and down the lineup. Everybody making contributions. Keane's still out there talking to Sadecki. They're going to keep him in there. Boyer 1 for 2. Craig and Richardson warming. Oh, Pepitone. You know what you remember him with the fur and the hairstyles and he was he really lived the Broadway Joe. Actually, Bronx Joe. Well, Sadecki's staying in there. Here comes Clete Boyer. Boyer 1 for 2 today. He's 3 for 16 in the series. Another clutch situation. First and third, 2 down. Okay, here's Sadecki now. The pitch to Boyer. That's 6-7 right-handed, and he struck him out. And that will retire the side. That's the third strikeout for Sadecki. 2 more runs. This time on 4 consecutive singles off Sadecki. And after 5, it's Yankees 4, Cardinals nothing. What a ball game. What a frickin' series. God almighty. Somebody help me. Well, Al Downing, his first endurance is the 8th. He's got a lot of stamina. And Big Al knows that this is almost a must-win. I mean, it is so important to turn this whole series around. The Cardinals lead 2-1 in games. The Yanks took the first game, then the Cards took the next 2, including one at home in St. Louis, and then the first one here at Yankee yesterday. There'll be a game tomorrow. Don't miss it. Game 5 will definitely be played right here, again at 2 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. It's going to be Dal Maxfield to lead it off. He singled in the 3rd. Now we see there is going to be a pinch hitter for Sadecki, who really got hit hard and looked unstable every inning except for the 2nd when he retired the side in order. Downing, on the other hand, has been remarkable. A 2-hit shutout through 5. Maxfield now leads it off. He's running out of tissues. Use toilet paper, Ron. Just as good. Okay, Downing is ready. Maxfield digs into the batter's box. Okay, here's Downing now. Into his windup and the pitch to Maxfield. That's going to be 4-4 right-handed. Grounder to third X. That's going to be for Cletus. He's a 118. That's going to be 4-1, and he throws him out. And there's going to be a hitter for Ray Sadecki. He just is not looking good enough. Sadecki pitched 5 innings. He allowed 4 runs, 1 of them unearned. Ten hits. No walks, 3 strikeouts. And Gordon Richardson will be the new pitcher. He's the southpaw. Gordon Richardson. It's a logical choice here. In terms of, first of all, he's a very good pitcher. Secondly, I think he's better than Craig, even though against right-handers with that taken into account. So Richardson will be the new pitcher for the Cardinals. Let's see who they're going to send out to hit here. I could probably take a guess already. It's going to be Julian Javier. He played in this series. This is a real stretch here, folks. Julian Javier has been so plagued with injury. He makes his first appearance. He scored a run in this series. He probably walked. He had no official at-bats. Julian Javier. And just to show, we're going to even let him run if he gets on. He's a 1-16. Julian Javier is coming out. He is not well, but his card actually will be just as fine. Julian hit .241 for the season. You see how many at-bats he had. It was toward the end of the season when he got hurt. 12 home runs, 65 knocked in. Here's Julian Javier, who went on to become a staple in the Cardinals infield. Julian steps into the batter's box facing Downing. It's 1 out, nobody on, top of the 6th. The Cards are down by 4 now. Okay, Julian in the batter's box. Here's Downing now. He is retired. 9 in order. Here's the windup and the pitch to Javier. That's going to be 5-4 right-handed. Fly ball center. Flutter 1-5. That's 8-1. He makes the catch. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That was incorrect. That's Maris. See, I caught that. He's a 2-1. It's a 2. He makes the catch. So it's 2 away. That'll be it for Javier, probably for the series. We might have him come in for a pinch hit again. Maybe. Here's Flood now. See, no damage done. Flood 1 for 2. He has retired 10 in order, Downing. He's throwing 2-hit shutout baseball here in the 6th. The pitch to Flood. 3-7 left-handed, grounded to third. Cletus has it and whips it across the diamond to Joe Peps. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Downing again. His third 1-2-3 in an order. He's retired 11 in order, and that's something. That's a big factor in this ball game. Al Downing. And you can see Downing coming into the dugout. So we have a new pitcher. We'll have a little break in the action. It's going to be Gordon Richardson, the left-hander. This is Richardson's first appearance in the series. And he did pitch in this series. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bringing him in. He pitched in 2 games, and he pitched a total of 2/3 of an inning, allowing 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning in 2 games. But they're hoping for better results, that he can keep the Cards in this ball game. I know it seems unusual, but the Cards do not want to go home. You know what I'm talking about. Gordy Richardson is taking his warm-ups right now. And Gordy is still with us. He's 84 years old. This was his rookie year, and he made a substantial contribution to the Cardinals' pennant drive to win it all. Gordy Richardson. Oh yeah, absolutely, Kathy. You're exactly right. The first one was just unbelievable, with all the home runs, the back and forth, 10-7. The second game was a walk-off single by Shannon in the 11th. And the last game we had was a 6-5 win, another 1-run ball game for the Cards. 6-5, and this one is a 4-0 game. It's the only game that is one-sided, so to speak. But if anybody's been watching this series, there's no assurance that the Cardinals will not come back. And I was just going to mention, as Gordy finishes up his warm-ups, is that Downing, as he was preparing to come out to the on-deck circle to bat, to lead it off here, you could see that nobody wants to talk to him. There's a superstition around. I don't remember who it was, but during the perfect game pitched by Don Larson in the 1956 series, legend has it that he approached someone in the 7th inning, in the bottom of the 7th, when the Yanks were batting. And he sat on the bench in the dugout, and he said to him, "Wouldn't it be something if I pitched the perfect game?" And whoever, I think it was Mantle, he said it to. That was his Triple Crown year. Mantle looked at him like he was crazy, got up and walked away. Very superstitious. Here's Gordon Richardson. He is ready. And out comes Al Downing, and listen to that hand for Al Downing. Al Downing getting a good hand here at Yankee. Retiring 11 in order, throwing 2-hit shutout baseball. 2-hit shutout, Kathy Harden. Here's Gordy Richardson now. Downing a right-hander. Gordy is ready. This is his first appearance in the series. The wind-up and the pitch to Downing, who, by the way, hit the single to score the second run. 4-8, right-handed, fly ball left. And under it is Brock. It's 1 away. He got a piece of that, though, Al Downing. He walks back to the dugout, gets a pat on the back from Phil Linz, who was on deck. Linz 1 for 2. Remember, he was hit by the pitch in the first and thrown out by Flood, trying to come home on Maris's single. Maris ended up coming home on Mantles, and that's the game winner thus far. Richardson gets the sign from McCarver, and the pitch to Lynn. That's going to be 110 left-handed, fly ball right. And Shannon makes the catch 2 away. Now we have 2 Richardsons. You know, sometimes the strangest things happen here. Did you try out those Tishes, Ron? You know I'm just kidding with you, right? They work, though. You'd be surprised how good those work. Bobby Richardson facing Gordon Richardson. Bobby right-handed against the southpaw. Gordy into his windup, and the pitch to Bobby. That's going to be 1-3 left-handed. It popped up to the left side of third base. Boyer in foul territory makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gordon Richardson. And the side is retired. We've gone 6 here, folks. It's 4-0 Yankees. It's going to be the heart of the Cardinals' order. Downing has retired 11 in order. He's also knocked in a run. Al Downing, getting ready to start here. I'm going to take another dose of my medicine, if you don't mind. I'm going to go with the creamy, Kathy. This is medical cannabis prescribed by my physician. I ask you to respectfully leave the stigma at the door, okay? And here comes Big Al. What could be more enjoyable than these moments, folks, when we're playing and sharing and experiencing Strat-O-Matic 1964 World Series baseball, and the Yankees on the verge of tying this series. Now, if you're looking ahead to tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. start time, and we have quite a matchup for you. It's going to be Mel Stottlemyre for the Yankees and Bob Gibson for the Cardinals. And Stottlemyre wins 6, allowed 2 runs, pitched well in game 1, but reached fatigue, was taken out, and Downing ended up getting the loss. Gibson went 10, he pitched 2, he pitched good baseball. But Schultz came in when they pinch hit for Gibson in the bottom of the 10th, and Skinner doubled, was left on. And Barney Schultz got the win, pitching the top of the 11th, and again, Mike Shannon with the walk-off base hit won it. Taking a little break here. Downing says he's fine to wait for me to take my medicine. And what a freaking game. Oh, Lord. Even the 4-0 game is exciting. My Lord. Oh. Hey everybody, how are you, Kathy? You doing good or what? God, is that tasty? And is that relieving? Oh, Christ. As long as nothing bad happens, I'm okay. If something bad happens, forget about it. I'm in no condition to deal with it. Oh, that was tasty. So, Big Al steps on the mound. He's ready. It's going to be Brock, Grote, and Ken Boyer. Here's Lou Brock now. Lou 0 for 2 today. So that'll make him 5 for 15 and even 333 for the series. He popped to second and struck out. He digs into the batter's box. Brock digging in deep. And here's Al Downing. He is ready to start the 7th inning. 2-hit shutout, retiring 11 in order. What a potential turning point for the Yankees. Here's Downing into his windup, and the pitch to Brock. That's going to be 5-2 left-handed. Grounds it to first. Pepitone has it. Downing covering the bag, and that's 1 away. Beautiful play. Heads up. Anytime that ball's hit to the right side, I want the pitcher running over to first to cover. Every frickin' time. Unless there's a guy on third or something. Okay, it's 1 away. Here's Dick Grote. Oh, what a ball game. You never want these to end. Let's not think about that. Let's think about the here and now. And the here and now of it is that we are in the house that Ruth built. And I want to share something with both of you as Grote walks back to the dugout to get something. I think it's a rag of pine tar. But when this series was played, I said this yesterday, in 1964, it had been 41 years after the stadium was built. I believe it opened in 1923. That's 41 years. Well, add 41 years to 64. It's less than today. That's 2005. So you would go back further. And of course, the Yankees played in the Polo Grounds before and elsewhere. So it's just amazing how history can pass, how close we are to that time, and even the time when our replay is going on, 1911. Okay, Downing has retired 12 Cardinals in order. By far the best pitching performance we have seen in the series. Here's Dick Grote now. The wind-up by Downing and the pitch. That's going to be 6-4 right-handed. Whoa, he flies it to left. And Brock is right there. He made a running catch. Not Brock, I'm so frickin' sorry. Tresh. Oh, what a beautiful out. Oh, my. Well, I think we may be witnessing one of the greatest pitching performances in World Series history. I mean, if you really want to say it, Larson was perfect. You can't beat that. But except for 2 singles, one by Flood, one by Maxville, he has been unhittable. And Ken Boyer is the batter. You know Al Downing has a lot of things maybe going through his mind, or he's trying to blank out everything and just pitch his game. Here's Ken Boyer now, 0 for 2. All great hitters that Downing has outed. Here's the pitch to Boyer now. That's going to be 4-7 right-handed, and that's a drive hit out to second, caught by Richardson, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Al Downing. I think we're watching history. It was a single 1-2, it was a 7, a liner to Richardson, another 1-2-3 inning. Well, although Boyer did hit that pretty well, he is retired 14 in order. Oh my. And you know what? Kathy Harden will be pacing. Well, can you imagine Kathy Harden in a Game 7? And my greatest disappointment would be, my greatest regret would be if these games were not great. But I can't control it. Okay, a little bit. But I try to be balanced, doing as good as I can for offense and defense, and the contexts. But you see I roll these every time now. Come on, that's random. And then it goes through this? Come on. Come on. Be serious. By the way, Ron, you there? I had a suggestion for you. Kathy Harden, don't pace too much unless you need the exercise. I'm going to take another hit, a micro. Kathy Harden. I'm not going to showcase this one, but I'm going to enjoy this time while it lasts. When I'm done, I may be so messed up in the head, I won't want to be alone, and I may stay on a little for an hour or two. No obligation to any of you to stay on further. Okay. You know, Google should create, because Google owns YouTube. Oh yes, Ron, let me just mention this. They should make like a bulletin board type feature linked to broadcasts. Of course, we have the live text. I guess that works to some degree. I guess so, but anyway, I'm not even sure why I was getting into that. But Ron, there's always a chance the Cards can come back, and if that happens, those sad tears of yours will turn into happy tears. That's all I wanted to say. So don't cry too much now. I'm just joking with you, you know that. Folks, we are witnessing a World Series pitching performance like never before by Al Downing, who started this game. It really was, people were calling it almost saying it ain't over till it's over, right? Almost until a must game, the Yankees were calling it. And look where we are. Here's Gordon Richardson. He retired the side in order. It'll be Maris, Mantle, and Howard here in the bottom of the 7th. Game 4, Cardinals lead 2-1 in games. Yankees leading here in game 4, 4-0. We're in the house the Ruth built, Bronx, New York. Okay, here's Maris now. Lefty, lefty. Roger, 1 for 3, singled and scored the first and at this point the winning run. Here's the pitch from Gordy. That's going to be 2-8 left-handed, pops him up to first. And Bill White is there. That's 1 away. Here comes Mantle. Mantle, 3 for 3. He came into this game leading the series with runs batted in. In second with 4 behind Ken Boyer, who has 5. And now he got 1 here today. He's got 5. And also he is now 7 for 15. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. He is, yes, he's 7 for 14. How do you like that? 7 for 14, batting 500. 1 out, nobody on. I'm going to take my hit shortly. Here's Gordy now. And the pitch to Mantle. That's going to be 1-5, left-handed. Base hit, Mantle. Oh, my. Singles only today by the slugger. Arguably the greatest talent of any, but he wasted it, okay? He came up as a runner. He came up as a shortstop, and he had blazing speed on the base paths, and then they saw the power. And so they moved him out to the outfield. And he always had the great speed. He could do everything. He wasn't a huge base stealer, but even then he would get whatever. I'd have to look at the numbers. My guess would be in the 12 to 12 range, but maybe more. You could say Mays. You could say, you know what, when he was healthy, Ken Griffey Jr. Now, let me tell you something. I'm an advocate for Sandy Koufax. He had 5 years, 62 to 66, his last year, when he was as good as anyone who ever played. But he was not good before that. And there's a story behind that. Why can't we talk about Ken Griffey Jr. that way? And he had even more years than Koufax, productive years. I'm talking raw talent. I'm sorry to be talking like I have a corn cob stuck up my ass. Let me see if I can remove it metaphorically. So Mantle, yeah, that's what the way I see Mantle is the, you know. Now he was an unusual guy. He'd go to bars. He'd have other people pay his tab. He would ring up big drinking bills with other people paying. He was severely alcoholic. He would play drunk. But he was a legend, a true legend, almost to the level of DiMaggio. And I don't think anybody is at the level of DiMaggio in terms of legend, not numbers, even though he had good numbers. Look, he's in the song Mrs. Robinson. Yes, he did, Kathy. Tore up his knee. He used to get bandaged up with miles of tape on his ankles. And he played too long. Okay? This was the last year. He had a good year. He played less and less in 65, 6, 7, and 8. He would have played forever, and I want to tell you something. He retired in 68. I saw him hit in old timers games. I saw him hit 3 out of the park in a row. He was like, I don't know what his age would have been by then, 40 something. This was like 1971 or something. People said when the DH came out, and what was the first year of DH, 72? That he could have come back and played DH and made a lot of teams. I know that's pretty wild. Just to tell you about Mantle, you know. But he was also a character, and here's Howard now. I'm going to mention one of the... I'm not going to mention that. Look at Howard. Look at Mantle, 4 for 4 today, and scored 2 runs. You know, he could get MVP. Lots of people could get MVP. Ken Boyer. Okay. Depending on how well Richardson does. Downing. Frickin' Downing. Gibson won MVP in real world in this series. He won 2 games. Okay? Won 2, lost 1. That's exactly what... I'm not saying that's why Downing should get it, but he, you know... Okay, here's Richardson now. With Mantle on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Howard. That's 6-5 right-handed, and that's hit well by Howard. Into the gap. Into left center. The fans are going crazy here. Oh, my. Let's see if Mantle's going to stretch. 1-14. One to 13. He'll hold. Mantle will hold. Look at the third base coach holding Mantle. Howard with a double. And boy, has he been hitting in this series. You got a couple players who've been having a tough time, but Mantle came into the game 7-15 for the series. And now he's 9 for 19. Just under 500. Wow. So it's second and third, 1 out. Richardson in trouble. Craig is available. Roger Craig is available. And by the way, this is Richardson's first endurance inning, would be the 8th. But they're going to stay with Richardson. Here's Tom Tresh. He's a little more challenged, Tom Tresh, against left-handers. He's a switch hitter. He'll bat right. Johnny Keane in the dugout with his head down. And now he raises his head and just takes a sort of an existential gasp of air. And he realizes he's playing a very, very good ball club. That's an understatement. This is the last of the greatest dynasty, the last season. Okay, Tresh steps into the box. It's Howard on second, Mantle on third, 1 out. Here's Gordy from the stretch. And the pitch to Tresh. That is 3-9, left-handed, grounds it to second. Maxville going to first, and Mantle scores. The infield was playing back. I wouldn't bring it in because I don't want a base hit on a plus, folks. I'm trying for St. Louis. I thought about it. Please. Tom Tresh gets a run batted in with a ground ball to second. And you could see Maxville had to move to his right to get it, backhanded. And he had no choice but to throw to first as Mantle came roaring home. And it is a 5-0 ball game. And that's nothing against Richardson, really. So it's 2 outs. Another run added on. That's exactly what the Cardinals didn't want. And here's Joe Pepitone, who knocked in 2 with the base hit. See, Mantle coming home there. That's the Yankees coming back here in Game 4. This is a 5-0 ball game. Okay, Gordy trying to finish the inning up. Pepitone 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Gordy. That's going to be 1-7 left-handed. Grounder to second. Maxfield over to White, and the side is retired. But another run for the Yankees. And we're here at Yankee. It was 1 run, 2 hits, the double by Howard, and then the ground ball by Tresh, a chopper. After 7, 5-0 Yankees. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We'll be back in just a moment. Oh, my Harold. Take a little bit of that runs right now. Thank you. And poor Joey Pepitone, you say Joey Pep. He sure don't have any pep anymore. He died. And I said to myself, God, really? Really? Come on. I'm gonna die someday. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? Think about it. I'm gonna die someday. But I'm sure enjoying this moment. I really, really am. I want to tell you that. Can you say that? Can everybody say that? Can you say, I'm enjoying this ball game? Woo! Yeah! Play ball! Nothing Yankees. We are at 3:50 p.m. And almost 2 hours here. Don't miss tomorrow, everybody, for Game 5. Same channel. Same Strat-O-Matic channel. Same Strat-O-Matic time. 2 p.m. Eastern U.S. Whatever it is in your neck of the woods. If you're in Lagos, it's 7 p.m. Okay? If you're in Honolulu, it's 8 a.m., believe it or not. And if you are in anywhere in Australia, or I think Bali, or some other islands. It's Tuesday. It'll be, I don't know the exact time, but it's a 2 p.m. start on the U.S. East Coast. It'll be in the neighborhood of 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., maybe even 4 a.m. on the next day in Australia. That's pretty wild. I think that's the closest we can get to time travel. Okay, Al Downing coming in. He's getting the real cold shoulder in that dugout. I'm telling you, there's a lot of superstitious people. I saw him sitting in the dugout this past inning while the Yankees were up, and they scored another run. It's 5-0. And people, he would start to talk with people. People would look straight ahead. I'll tell you one thing, though. Howard Elston gave him a good pat on the back. He's catching him, Howard. As they walked out onto the field, he first put his arm around him and squeezed his neck lightly, Howard did, and then gave him a good pat on the back. And Downing, you could see it felt good. It felt good for Al Downing. And here's Downing. He's the loneliest man in the world. Al Downing on the hill. He is pitching a 2-hit shutout, 2 singles, 1 to Flood, 1 to Maxville. In this inning, he'll face White, Shannon, and McCarver, all good hitters. Downing takes his warm-up, and the fans cheering. Fans here at Yankee are as into when the Yankees are at bat and when they're in the field. Leading it off for the Cardinals in the 8th. Yankees with a 5-0 lead. It's Bill White. No sign of tiring by Downing. The 2 hits he let up, he has not allowed a base runner in 14 at-bats. The last base runner was the second hit by Maxville way back in the 3rd. And Bill White is stepping in. He's in the batter's box now. And Al Downing is ready. There is a tension in the air, even though it's 5-0. It's the World Series, folks. Okay, here's Bill White. The pitch from Downing. That's going to be 111 left-handed, and he grounds it to first. Pepitone. Downing covering the bag, and it's 1 away. He did that to start off the 7th too, Al Downing. Hustling back to the mound, Downing. You can see Downing, I don't know if he's tired or if he just has pitched. Yeah, what the hell happened here? Here's Shannon, by the way. Shannon, McCarver, Maxville, Flood, Brock, Rote, Boyer, and White. Mike Shannon with 1 out, nobody on, top of the 8th. Downing, 15 retired in order. Here's the windup and the pitch to Shannon. That's 6-7 right-handed. He walked him. So there it goes. That's the streak. That's baseball. Shannon draws a base on balls here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. It happens. That's baseball. But it was a great streak while it happened. That's going to be Downing A highlight, 15 in order. A highlight of the game, and he's still pitching great baseball. Okay, Downing now facing McCarver. It's Shannon on first, one down. From the stretch now, Downing, for the first time since the third inning. And the pitch to McCarver. That's going to be 6-10. Yes, it is. And he hits it to first. Pepitone throws to second. Richardson to force Shannon. It's 2 outs. And McCarver is on first. I tell you, Pepitone is very good first baseman. And by the way, he's a 3 here. This is 64. In 69, he's a freaking 1 with 27 homers. And people don't remember the good years he had. Even when he went to the Cubs, he hit 307. Over 300 for the first time, I believe. And he said, by the way, that he liked his memory of the Cubs and the fans there. It's 2 outs, McCarver on first. So I guess we could say that Al Downing has retired 16 of 17 in this ball game, and 15 in a row. Here's Maxville now. Downing from the stretch. He gets the sign from Howard. Boy, are they working well together tonight. Here's the pitch to Maxville. Whoa, that comes out 6-8, and he walked him. Second walk given up by Al. It's getting late, folks. It's first and second with 2 away, though. And there's going to be a hitter here. Oh, an obligatory hitter. And Craig will come in, by the way. Craig will come in. Richardson, by the way, ended up pitching 2 innings. And he allowed a run. You don't want to do that. That's not what relief pitcher's for when you're losing. Okay? That's not. I know I'm sort of pretty. Oh, I don't know what they're rigid about some things, but that's unacceptable to me. So Roger Craig, by the way, who has been warming, will pitch again. He pitched last game, and he got the save. So you realize the kind of business that he's been going through. Where the hell is he? There he is. Roger. Interesting, he had a very good year this year, although he was drafted by the Mets in the 62 expansion draft, and I don't know what he lost 20 games or something. I mean, it was what a it's almost like a what's the word, a foray into weirdness. You know, you play for that worst team, and he ended up being 10 and 24 for this, but the point is they used him a lot, and his ERA was 4.51 in part because of the fielding. He was on the Brooklyn Dodgers. In fact, he was on the World Championship 55 Dodgers his rookie year, 5-3, but he comes back here for the Cards. He's 7-9, but he pitched well at times. So it's going to be Roger Craig. There's going to be a hitter, and I think it's going to be Bob Skinner, but the problem with that is he's a left-handed hitter, and no, it can't be him. It absolutely cannot be him. I'm going to do something. Ron, I'd like to get your votes on both of this. Do you want me to use Euchre? He's got to be a right-hander. Euchre did not play in the series, but I don't think it would change everything. The other option here, we can't use Skinner. Look at him against left-handers. The other option here is Charlie James, who's a right-handed hitter, and that's more realistic. Let me just double check. I believe it's more realistic. I believe that he played in the series, which is really the criterion. Yes, he did. He frickin' did. He played in 3 games. I don't think I've used him yet. He went 0 for 3. Probably as a pinch hitter. Yeah, oh yeah, maybe I used him once. Let me double check here. No, have not used him yet. That's good to know. We're going to go with Charlie James, okay? To stay a Euchre. Oh, he's the best. Charlie James is pinch hitting here in the top of the 8th for the Cardinals. And James steps into the batter's box. If you don't mind, I'd like to get a drink because my throat is just very, very sore. I hope you understand. Bear with me. Okay, I got it right here, ginger ale on ice. Let me just get refreshed here. Oh, is that good? That is so goddamn refreshing. Oh. Okay, Al Downing. Starting his... Oh, shit. I put that in the wrong spot. That's the weed. It could be the weed. Right here, with 2 outs. It's a very scary situation for Charlie James. Charlie. He's still alive. A very, very obscure, or relatively obscure, played 5-6 seasons. He's 85. 1965 was his last year. James steps into the batter's box here. Yankees 5, Cardinals nothing. Maxville on first and McCarver on second with 2 down now. Downing, the pitch to James. That's going to be 6-10 right-handed. Struck him out. And the side is retired by Al Downing. So he allowed 2 walks. That's okay. He's got 1 more to go. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 left. Yankees will come up in the bottom of the 8th, and then it's the bottom of the ninth, top of the 9th. It's a new pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, Roger Craig. Craig made his first appearance in the series yesterday. He got the save for Simmons. He pitched 1 2/3, allowed 1 hit, walked the batter, struck out 2, no runs, finished it up, and he's coming in now again for the Cards. Here's Cletus to lead it off. If you're looking ahead, Cards are down by 5. It'll be the top of the order at least. Flood, Brock, and Grote. Here's Cletus now. 1 for 3. Pitch from Craig. 6-4 right-handed. Grounds it to short. That is for Grote, a 342. That's a 6-3, and he throws him out. That's 1 away. And here comes Al Downing. Oh, listen to that applause for Al Downing. Whoa, listen to that. Al Downing. Al has done it all tonight. And I dig it. Yogi Berra digs it. Kathy Harden digs it. And other than Cardinal fans, just about everybody else digs it, because he is, in my opinion, well, he did walk 2 batters. That's unfortunate. But it's still a 2-hit shutout. Anyway, Downing facing Craig with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Downing. He already has a single and a run batted in. Can you believe that? That's 1-7, struck him out. That's 2 away, and here's Phil Linz. Boy, just to think, when Linz first came up, in the bottom of the 1st, he got hit by a pitch. He was moved to second on a sacrifice bunt by Richardson. Maris singled. Linz rounded third, coming home, and Flood threw him out. Mantle came home on a base hit, rounding third, I believe. That time, he didn't get him, Flood. Here's Phil Linz. Craig into his windup, and the pitch to Linz. That's 6-3 right-handed, fly ball left. That's going to be Brock, a 315. That could be trouble. 3:15. That's a 9. It's going to be E15. Here we go. And that's 6. And he boots it. It's a 2-base error by Flood. Oh, my. A 2 frickin' base error. It's not the Cardinals' night. You know that. You know when you go to a ball game. I just want to make sure I can see who made a 2-base error. Who else made a 2-base error? No other outfielder that I could find. But I will tell you this. An error is not necessarily a sign of a bad fielder. Anyway, that's a 2-base error by Brock. His first, and the Cardinals hope his last of the series. This is cumulative. We're just biding our time, waiting for Al Downing to make history here. Would I like to see the Cardinals score 5 runs and tie it? Damn right I would. For the excitement, sure. I don't control how this goes. Okay, here's Richardson now. 0 for 3, sacrifice bunt reached on an error. The pitch from Craig. That's going to be 4-9 right-handed. Base hit by Richardson. So, Richardson, 4-9 right-handed. That's a base hit. Coming home is Linz. And it is now a 6-0 ball game. That's going to be an unearned run for Craig. I can't control that shit. And Richardson comes it through with another base hit in the series. Richardson now has 10 hits in this series. 10 hits in 4 games. Okay, here's Maris now. Richardson on first. It's a 6-0 ball game. Anybody out there? Anybody catch that that run? Anybody frickin' catch that? Want to make sure I'm connected. Okay, here's Maris now. Oh yeah, Kathy, thank you. I'm sorry if that's annoying. Appreciate it. This is an amazing game. 6-0. Downing. It's an amazing frickin' game. Okay, 2 outs now. Richardson on first. Here's Roger. There's the pitch, 1-8. Right-handed, grounds it to short. Grote has it, throws him out, and the side is retired. But another run for the Yankees. And there is a sort of an atmosphere, a joyous, circus-like, but a sort of surreal kind of thing. Kind of surreal. It is a 6-0 ball game. And folks, first of all, I want to thank you all for just hanging out here, because me hanging out here and playing Strat-O-Matic and having you folks, the people who in text and also the others, okay, just makes me feel better, because I'm afraid, Dave. You remember that from 2001? You remember that? As he starts to disconnect the computer, I'm afraid, Dave. Dave. I'm afraid. Would you like to hear a song I learned? Yeah, Dave. Do it. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, please. I'm half crazy. Da 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 da. Now, are any of you musicologists? But I'm not a musicologist, but that was written in I think the 19th century. And it's got a very good cadence. It really does. Give me your that's a pretty progression there. I'm still crazy. It's really, if you're into musicology, it's a classic. Folks, Al Downing has pitched a 2-hit shutout through 8, and it's 6-0 Yankees. They have steadily added. My name's Jeffrey Goodeman. I need to use the lavatory. I need to smoke just a little more weed. It's medical. And then I'm going to get back and we'll see about wrapping up this ball game. And I'd love to see the Cardinals tie it up here. I'm trying for the Cards. What do I pinch hit? I can't do it. Sadecki got blasted, as far as I'm concerned. And every pitcher got hit pretty bad by the Cardinals. The Cardinals, don't you worry about it. Gibson is starting tomorrow. So is absolutely Aquilon. So is Stottlemyre. That's going to be a game 5 at the house that Ruth built. And this will be the last game played in New York, because this is a best of 7, folks. Hey, Lower Slower, how are you, sir? We're having a great time here. I'll set it up in just a moment. I need to use the lavatory and do a few other things. We're going to take a break here, just for about 2 to 3 minutes, a slight break. Folks, it's Game 4 of the 1964 World Series. Don't miss Game 5 tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. It's 6-0. Yankees are looking to tie up this series. This was a turning point game. Cards won the last 2 games after the Yanks won the first of this series. And we come back, the big story tonight. Gentleman Al Downing, thus far through 8, 2 hits allowed, 2 singles. He did walk 2 in the 8th. No hitter. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Shutout, really. This is about as good a performance as I've ever seen in a World Series. I'll be back. Just a few minutes. Lower, Slower. Board Gamer. How do you like that for a name? That's a great name. You could just interpret it any way you want. Al Downing comes out for the top of the ninth now. Looking for his second win in the series. And in the top of the ninth for the Cardinals, it will be Flood, Brock, and Grote. Then Boyer, then White, then Shannon, McCarver. You don't want that. There is action in the Yankee bullpen. Mickelson throwing a few pitches there. He is sufficiently rested. 2 days rest for a relief pitcher. Okay, Curt Flood now. It's going to be Flood, Brock, and Grote. They're down by 6. Key question is, can Downing complete this shutout here in the ninth? Okay, here's Flood now. The pitch from Downing, 4-5, right-handed, struck him out. Oh my. That's one down. Rhodes Scholar has arrived. The crowd are on their feet now for Gentleman Al here in the house that Ruth built. Brock now steps into the batter's box. And here's the pitch from Downing. That's 3-4, left-handed, fly ball right. Mantle makes the catch, 2 away. Oh my, what a frickin' game it's been. The tension's so tight. Okay, Downing now will face Dick Grote, one of the smartest hitters in baseball. Downing gets the sign from Howard. He winds, and the pitch to Grote. 1-6, left-handed, grounds it too short for Linz. 2 Pepitone, and the ball game is over. Yankees win game 4. Downing shutting out the Cards here at Yankee. Oh my. Oh, frickin' my. A grounder to short. Final score 6-0 Yankees on a pitching performance for the ages. A World Series pitching performance for the frickin' ages. Al Downing with a 2-hit shutout. He did walk 2 in the 8th, but that was it. A near perfect pitching performance. That I call that near perfect. And one of the greatest I've ever heard of in World Series history. Mantle went 4 for 4, scored 3 frickin' runs and a run batted in. But Downing, clearly the star of this ball game. He gets the win, and now he is 2-1. How cool is that? He won. He won the first game. Oh, a run! Yeah. Oh, that's a funny one. 2-1. Gibson was the real MVP. 2-1, but we'll see. 9 innings for Downing, 2 hits. I don't even have to count them. He walked 2, struck out 4, got 1 in the 9th, and a big 0. The loss goes to Sadecki. He's now 0-1. He got no decision in the first game. And nobody was really inspiring to me on the mound tonight for the Cardinals. They were shut down. Nobody really hit anything. It was Yankees 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors. St. Louis Cardinals, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. The series is now tied. The series is tied now. But before I move on, I would like to acknowledge that we just saw one of the greatest pitching performances in World Series history. Let's just put it at that. I guess there were other great ones. Gibson striking out, 14, 15? I guess that's been broken for World Series since then. I don't know. Koufax threw shutouts. I always liked Koufax's 7th game against Minnesota on 2 days rest. But this was really remarkable. And Downing is available for a game 7 if needed. But for now, folks, it's 2-2. It was definitely Yankees tonight. And it was, in particular, Al Downing. He is still alive. By the way, he's wearing the same number as Willie Mays. He also gave up Hank Aaron's 715th home run to break the Babe, who built this house. Built this very frickin' house that we are in, and I think that is really worth something. Okay, what a frickin' game. I'm gonna just keep this on for a few minutes. It's only 4:33 p.m. Eastern. I will be glad to yield anything you want. This was a game. I mean, I don't know what I could have done for the Cardinals tonight in this position I'm in of having to manage both teams. Now tomorrow is a killer game. It's going to be Strat-O-Matic and Gibson, maybe the 2 best pitchers on these teams. It's the rundown on game 3 lower. Well, yeah. It's by the way, it's archived. I'll go through all of them for you if you need them all. Let's start with game 1. Is that okay? I mean, I'll show you real quick. You wanted game 3, St. Louis 6-5. This is almost the opposite of what the real world was. You can really get confused by it, though. In the real world, the Cards won the first, then the Yankees won the second and third. And then I think the Cards won the fourth. But in game 1, it was 10-7. There's so much I could possibly say about this. And Downing got the win. He pitched 2 innings in relief. In game 2, the Cardinals won it 3-2. Shannon with a walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th. Gibson and Strat-O-Matic both pitched well, but they had to come out eventually. Schultz got the win. Downing the loss, you see, so he's getting 2 decisions, which is very odd. And then he goes for his 3rd decision today. I'm sorry, that's game 2. Game 3, I should told you, was the 6-5 game. Boughton really got bombed. That's misleading. He let up a 3-run homer. Simmons got the win. He even got hit. Craig came in and saved it. But tonight, they're celebrating in the Bronx a 6-0 win on a 2-hit shutout by Al Downing. He allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, and that was it. It's a hell of a series so far. You were exactly right, sir. I've never, ever experienced a World Series like this. The excitement. Even the 6-0 game, because the highlight was Downing. His performance. Folks, tomorrow is another day, and the whole series has turned on a dime here. It was 2-1 Cards. The big picture, Yanks won the first one. Cards took the next 2. It was 2-1 coming into this 4th game, and the Yankees tie it up. Otherwise, the Cardinals could win it tomorrow. But that's not true. And folks, there will be a 6th game. There will be a 6th game. I'm going to post it tomorrow morning. A 6th frickin' game. We're going back to St. Louis. Okay? I don't know who's going to have the 3-2 lead. Absolutely. And we have... I've seen lower, slower. If you ever want to do an interview format or have it so you could come on to my broadcasts, just let me know when. I've seen your stuff, and I think you're very interesting. Your approach and your attitude is awesome. Really, that's what I think. You ever hear anybody say that as a compliment? Your attitude is awesome. Like a real, I'd love to get back into football. Yeah, absolutely. But this has been wild, folks. I'm just going to chill for a little while here and let you all just sort of mellow out with me. I'm afraid to be alone right now. It's not a crippling kind of thing. It's just that was a frickin' game. Lord. Tomorrow is game 5, and on Tuesday will be a travel day. And we will very definitely be going back to St. Louis, to what was now called Busch Stadium, but was originally Sportsman's Park. A very historical park, if I'm not mistaken, Very historical. Ambitious project. A very ambitious project. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. This was awesome. I've actually looked forward to these games. They're the only thing I really get any joy out of anymore in life. I want to thank everybody. If anybody wants to do a broadcast tonight, even on my channel, being interviewed or doing a co-broadcast, let me know, and we could have multiple people come on. Just to bullshit. Multiple people. One can come on, they can leave, someone else come on. Be glad to do it. I'm going to be taking a walk outside for about 2 minutes. Look at this, isn't this beautiful? This is a recursive loop that I have created. And it's, in a way, it's original. You know what I'm saying? Going back a little would help. Just a tad there. Whoops. I love that. That is awesome. Anybody let me know. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Ron McGrath. I am feeling a little better after that clonidine, but I'm going to go get my medicine and maybe I will feel better. There's 3 prescriptions for me to pick up, and I thank you so much, sir. That is great. I love that. Love it. That's cool. That's a little gift to Al Downing. And boy, am I glad he came in. He came through. Can you imagine if he pitches Game 7 against Sadecki? Oh, my Lord. Oh, you want to email me, Lower? Okay. Yeah. I don't know about putting my email here, but I'll tell you what, if you feel comfortable putting your email, I'll send you an email. Is that okay with you? And I'll do it tonight, actually. I'll do it right now if you want. A discussion. I get a kick out of that. Boy, I like that. That is really a good view there. Oh, it's up there where? Oh, let me see. Where did you put your... Let me see, how far up there is it? Oh, okay. Well, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. I do not see it. I looked for all of it up from when you came. Oh, 6 lines up. I do not see it, sir, so help me God. Can you do it again? I do not see it 6 lines up. Does anybody else? I do not. Give it another shot, will you? No, don't see it. I don't see it, sir. Well, there's only 3 people. Send me an email. jguderman@gmail, okay, .com. J Guderman. It's J and then my last name, and you see how it's spelled? G-U-T-E-R, 1 T, E-R man. Guterman. J Guderman. No email received, sir. No email received. You could try it again. Make sure you get J. Guterman, 1T, at gmail.com. Try it again, sir. Very unusual stuff going on. Okay, you take care, sir. Have a good one. Yeah. You take care. And to everybody else. Well, folks, I'm going to take off. Thank you all for hanging out, and have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow for the Game 5. Good night.